And now, WWE presents Over the Limit.
Hello everybody and welcome back to WWE 12 Universe. My name is Jitch and I welcome you to Over the Limit, the first special event here in Season 2, kicking things off with the WWE Tag Team Championship match.
The following contest is for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship. And introducing the challenger from Silsbee, Texas, weighing 418 pounds, he is the world's strongest man, Mark Henry.
Mark Henry has recently turned his career around, says he's no longer for the people, he is for himself, and he is going to take it to every single person that crosses his path, and he is going to bring each and every one of them down until eventually he is the only man left standing. And he has decided that he wants R-Truth to join him in his crusade to do so, which has led to this strange combination.
Weighing 235 pounds, R-Truth.
I've said it before and I'll say it again, something is not right with R-Truth. That beating from Mark Henry obviously did something to R-Truth. The guy comes to the ring talking to himself. That is very unusual. That is not the same R-Truth that we saw before Mark Henry put him through that table. Before Mark Henry just beat the hell out of him. That is not who R-Truth was. It's really strange to see now. But it's what we got. Come the WWE Tag Team Champions.
And their opponents, the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions, Kofi Kingston and Evan Bourne.
The WWE Tag Team Champions defending for the first time. Now, a lot of people have been pretty upset with these two, as they have been holding those tag team championships for what a lot of people believe to be an unreasonably long amount of time without having defended them. I believe that today marks day 45 of their tag team championship reign. I'm going to quickly double check that. Yeah, no, 44, sorry. They have not once defended them in the time that they have won them. Now, the first champions, Chris Jericho and The Miz, they held theirs for 56 days, and only defended them once before they were swapped over to Jericho and Miz and Big Show, who had defended them another 2 times when they lost them. So, obviously, yeah, I can respect the frustration at the Altitude Alliance. They need to defend those tag team titles, and as obviously now we're seeing SmackDown's tag team division build up a little bit more, there's going to be contenders that are going to be furious that they're not getting the opportunity. So it was Air Boom's time to step up. And Evan Bourne, I'm not really sure what he was thinking there, but he tried to do a little something. Mark Henry didn't exactly buy into it. I think that's going to be Evan Bourne's biggest trouble in this match, is trying to get someone the size of Mark Henry off his feet, and obviously overcoming. I tried to make Evan Bourne and Kofi Kingston's attires match. I think I did an okay job, actually, looking at them side by side finally for the first time. With R-Truth and Mark Henry, I'm probably just going to use this black attire for Mark Henry.
The championship at stake, you know these superstars will give everything they have.
R-Truth has been tagged in. He's definitely the more favourable opponent for 2 people the size of Evan Bourne and Kofi Kingston to be going up against. Here tonight we're finally going to be seeing the collision between Christian and John Cena for the WWE Championship, as well as Jack Swagger and Edge in a last man standing match for the World Heavyweight Championship, which is our main event. What a night it's going to be. off into the ropes goes Evan Bourne, but he's able to quickly come back. Bourne, I'd maybe look to tag out. Want to keep this one fluid.
There's the counter by Evan.
Of course, it's all about proving yourself just as well. The very first ever Over the Limit event. It's going to be quite some time until we get our first repeat event, which I believe will be probably Survivor Series.
Evan with a great counter.
Don't think anything would come before it that would repeat one.
Remember, in championship matches, the title cannot change hands by countout or disqualification.
Yeah, that's why they call it the championship advantage. You can lose the match, but still keep the title.
Great reaction.
Back and forth between these two. Mark Henry and R-Truth determined to win the tag team titles. It would definitely be turning their careers around quite a bit. They've suffered a hell of a lot of losses over the years. And they've really got over the past few months. I can't actually say years. It's not been years. Bourne now taking Truth to the corner. And there you see the tag made to the other member of the Altitude Alliance, former Cruiserweight Champion Kofi Kingston. Nice powerbomb. Definitely not the kind of move I'd expect Evan Bourne and Kofi to do, but with the assistance of a Hurricane Rana, I suppose a little more likely. It wasn't actually a Hurricane Rana at all. It was a... I don't know. It looked like a Frankenstein. I don't know. I don't know my wrestling move names that well, and I should stop pretending that I do.
Not fast enough. Are you kidding me?
Nice back and forth between Kofi and Truth.
Oh my gosh!
What's he planning here?
Off the ropes and perfectly cross-bodied that one.
You know, there's just so much at stake for these teams in this match.
One thing that's on my mind that we've got coming up tonight is the United States Championship match between Ezekiel Jackson and Dolph Ziggler. I'm very curious on if we'll see the US title change hands once again. Dolph Ziggler says that it is his duty to win that title back tonight and then put an end to the flip-flopping and devaluing of the championship. But he's going to make it his responsibility, not Ezekiel Jackson, so he's got to take it away from him first. Dolph is determined to bring prestige to the United States title, which he views as the most worthless championship we have got thus far. Only backed up by the fact that we've had 6 title changes since November when it comes to the US Championship. I have to kind of agree with Dolph. When a title changes hands too many times, it really devalues it quite a bit. That's why The Miz and the Intercontinental Championship, that's the title to win.
He anticipated that move perfectly.
Oh my gosh, did you see his head?
I just want to do the corner for him.
He's got to make the tag. And he makes the tag.
Here comes trouble for both Kofi and Bourne.
Thus far, this has been a phenomenal championship contest.
Bourne's doing alright for a second there. He's getting a few strikes in. Managed to catch Mark Henry mid-swing. Oh. Not really sure how the Altitude Alliance intend to make it out of this one with the titles intact. That was a very fluid move by Henry.
Did you hear that kick from Evan Bourne?
Drop kick attempt failed. Bourne throwing Henry into the corner. And that failed too. Oof.
The power of the world's strongest man. Telegraphed in, Henry capitalizes.
I'm really open to the outcome of either one winning this match. I wouldn't get salty and restart. In fact, there's very few matches I would get salty and restart. You know, as long as they don't involve like Santino, you'll probably just see whatever happens. Or if I think it's like a really bad ending, or like, as I say, it devalues a title too much to have it flip-flop too much. That's not like a giveaway of the main event. I haven't quite decided what I'd like to see happen in that main event.
Well, that's it.
Well, this is really spelling the end of the tag team title reign of Altitude Alliance. I think that Kofi might need to do something here. No, R-Truth knocked him off the apron. Wow.
He's feeling the side of his face here,
I
Michael.
think Evan Bourne, I don't know if that was just pure instinct or what.
That was an absolutely incredible move.
I'll tell you what that definitely reeks of is a guy pure at heart, determined.
What a Frankensteiner. There's the
And Evan Bourne manages to make the tag to Kofi Kingston. Takes down Mark Henry. Takes down R-Truth. Yes, this is looking good. Oh,
So far, this has been a very competitive tag team match.
was looking good.
A hard shot delivered by Kingston.
What a great counter.
Caught the leg. Wow.
Kofi and
Drops
Henry
the elbow.
battering at each
Oh, a
other.
serious shot by Kofi. Mark Henry's building
Henry
a
loves
case
just
right
walking
now.
out of the way of
Henry's
stuff,
not
doesn't he?
through.
Oh boy, there's a second one. Admittedly not the same guy. That might increase their chances. Kofi's not suffered nearly as much. Oh no.
He made it. He
Ah,
made it to the
feet in the
ropes.
ropes. Very, very smart move by Kofi Kingston there. Altitude Alliance are in so much trouble right now. Tag team championships couldn't look like they're more in jeopardy.
The tension, the drama.
R-Truth
This
ready
is
to
electric.
potentially win his first championship with Mark Henry, who would also be winning his first championship. Wow, some of these moves, man. They just... I don't even know what they're supposed to do if they did hit.
He desperately.
Perfectly positions R-Truth. Oh, there you go.
He sees it.
Could this be enough? Oh no, R-Truth. Quick on the counter.
Oh, quickly into the cover with the title on the line.
He's stretching out
That's
that
kind of the
torso.
problem now is Kofi Kingston. He's got to become a marathon man. He's going to do this on his own.
The referee getting involved now.
Evan Bourne is way too hurt. You see how slowly he is moving? That guy took the full brunt of a world's strongest slam.
Kofi Kingston.
He is. This young man always has a smile on his face.
He almost took his head off with that lariat.
Okay, back into the corner goes Kofi.
This is a grueling
Making
championship
sure that
match.
Mark Henry
Nobody
doesn't
wants
get
to
tagged
lose
in.
this
That's a
opportunity.
good way to do it.
Watch this.
And now,
Oh, that is not good. But that is Kofi Kingston on a second wind. Oh. Well, this has been disappointing.
Was intentionally focused on, but it definitely took a
That time it actually worked, though.
Did you hear the impact from that clothesline?
Now this would be impressive. Kofi Kingston looking to get a pinfall victory on the world's strongest man.
And Kofi lowers the boom again.
He has tried this twice so far and failed both times, but Kofi Kingston, that time got all of it. Trouble in paradise.
A cover by Kingston.
Is this an... Oh my god. I really thought they were rolling for a second there. I thought, that's it. Altitude Alliance. They've managed to retain the tag team
And that's why
titles.
he's the world's strongest man.
Oh my god.
Well, that'll send you to the chiropractor. Now bringing in his partner.
Finally time to tag back in Bourne, who's had a lot of time to recover on
These
the
athletes seem to
outside.
have tried everything in their playbook.
Oh, there's more in their
Busted
arsenal.
open.
I promise you that.
Definitely
I
a
don't know
risky
what it is,
move to
but
be
we'll
tagging
find it.
Bourne in when he's in the state that he's in.
Ooh,
Mark
what
Henry, I
impact.
think he's finally starting to be outsped a little bit here.
Evan Bourne.
We're seeing some real fight from the champions.
And this has got to be it.
Endurance is kind of where they thrive, I suppose.
Watch Evan. Watch Evan.
It's just all over the place. Mark Henry can't keep up.
And the 400-pounder gets taken off his feet.
Oh. That'll do it.
The tag is made.
I was gonna say, Truth could just be looking to go for the pin.
1, 2.
Oh my god, that was close.
And there's the count. The champ counters, and you see the result.
Watch out here.
Truth is determined. As he brings back
And
in
now his partner
Big
comes in.
Bad Mark, who has recovered quite well. Evan Bourne trying that striking combo once again.
We got to cover.
Still, I tell you what, the champs, they want to make sure that if they go down with a hell of a fight.
Watch it.
You gotta respect what Kofi Kingston and Evan Bourne have done here.
It's Mark Henry.
My gosh, how strong is Mark Henry anyway? That was unreal. He's taking control again.
Mark Henry has fought for domination once more. Frustration.
Very slowly squats over and gets poked in the eye. You'd think he was attempting a pin right there.
Defeat the world's strongest man. Big move coming.
Oh boy.
Oh, the power of Mark Henry.
This one's gotta be almost over.
He's looking at it again.
Evan Bourne isolated in the ring, getting the hell beaten out of him by Mark Henry. Oh no, a second World's Strongest Slam on the same guy.
That's why he's the world's strongest man.
If I were Kofi Kingston, I would be rushing to that ring to help my tag team partner right now. Rules are rules.
1, 2.
And still!
His being
Jesus!
clean it up.
I don't even know what to say.
And he gets to the
Kofi.
tag.
Kofi. Thank you. A little bit of an awkward exchange there. We'll pretend that didn't happen. Okay. Our truth tag back in to deal with Kofi Kingston.
Oh my, what a jawbreaker.
I hate that reversal. Every time I see it, I'm just like, what were you gonna do? Why were you walking over a guy to grab his head? You gonna kiss him? Is that what you're gonna do? You gonna kiss him, Kofi?
Wow, talk about timing.
Oh.
The size of Mark Henry's leg.
I really wanted to make the Altitude Alliance retain. I wanted it to be a competitive match, and it has been. But I got a feeling I'm not going to get the chance to make them retain. Mostly because my momentum just seems to have stopped. I don't seem to be getting any more.
Man, that was a vicious elbow
It seems like
drop.
it's like cut me off.
Can he score the pin? And Henry
I swear I'm doing
forces
so
his way
much and getting so little for it.
out.
I know that obviously you lose it as you get beaten. I'm definitely getting beaten.
How much more? How much more are you willing to pay to win this match? This is unreal.
What an amazingly gifted maneuver. Kofi feeds off adrenaline. He feeds off
Kofi's
emotion.
getting fired up. And the referee's flooring him.
Get this.
Oh, did you see the head whip back? Nice reversal.
Oh boy, SOS!
Oh, did you see
Into the
that?
pin.
Shoulders down.
Has
1,
Bourne
2,
keeping the distance. Yes!
and Kofi
There you
retains.
go. I like that. I like when my tag team partner actually has my back. What a beautiful ending. What a great match. The Altitude Alliance retain their tag team titles in an extremely competitive matchup. What a battle that was. A well-deserved victory for sure.
He is the true
Evan Bourne and Kofi Kingston showing that they work purely off of endurance, and this was definitely the best match to kick off Over the Limit with, as we move on to up next, where we will see a match for the Women's Championship as Michelle McCool finally goes one-on-one with Tiny Shiny with the women's title on the line. Oh, sorry. I don't know why I just spaced out completely. Welcome back to Over the Limit, where we are awaiting the arrival of Tiny Shiny, who is set to challenge for the Women's Championship held by Michelle McCool. I like the stage for this arena. I like it a lot.
WWE Women's Championship. Choosing first, the challenger on the other side of darkness, Katie Starr.
Well, so far we've seen one championship, retained tonight.
Let's see if there's going to be another as Michelle McCool faces off against Tiny Shiny. Perhaps the only threat to Michelle McCool's Women's Championship reign at this point in time. The Bella Twins really haven't shown much for themselves, and other than them, the only other participant that we actually have on Raw is Alicia Fox. And I'm sorry, but I'm not particularly impressed by Alicia Fox so far either. This match is about to get underway. Will Tiny Shiny finally become the women's champion? That is the question. She has wanted this opportunity so bad for so long. She's actually getting it tonight. One-on-one at least. She's had it, just not one-on-one. Okay, I'm not sure if the silver is intentional, but a part of me thinks that's got to be some kind of head games. Let's see if, for those that don't know, Tiny Shiny is always known to wear silver. I don't know if that's deliberate or what, but Michelle McCool with the women's title on the line. My god, it's weird how much her character model looks like Stephanie McMahon compared to her like entrance video where you can see what she actually looks like. Kind of just looks like Stephanie's face, not gonna lie. Stephanie was like, I wanted to be in the game and I wanted to be one of the top women in the business. Put my face on someone. These two will go at it for the women's title.
Oh boy, look at the goal. This should be an outstanding match.
Both ready to tear each other apart, I'm sure. And here we go, this match begins. Michelle McCool is the first one to be in control as this one starts up. Following this matchup, we have the Divas Championship from SmackDown on the line as Beth Phoenix challenges for Maryse in a match that has got Maryse definitely looking a little screwed, for lack of a better term. It's going to be very interesting to see how exactly Maryse plans on surviving that one.
That elbow's gotta hurt. Uh-oh. And there's the
McCool just throwing Tiny Shiny around. And then, of course, as I mentioned before, we've got our two main events following that. Simple, the US Championship match as well. Sorry, I don't know why I forgot about that. That's what I'm really looking forward to. Dolph Ziggler and Ezekiel Jackson, I think, could bring out the best in each other before our two main event matches from both Raw and SmackDown. Following Over the Limit, we're bringing you a one-time only special event next month known as Fatal 4-Way. Simply put, all the titles are going to be on the line in Fatal 4-Way match. I believe that's how that event worked. I don't think it was just the World Title matches. I think like the whole show was Fatal 4-Ways, wasn't it?
And remember, we still have that
Let's have a look.
main event tonight.
I think every match was based around a Fatal 4-Way, which I thought was actually not a bad idea. Like, it's a silly kind of idea on paper, but it really works. Oh no, okay, so there was Zack Ryder. Oh, that's a dark match, that doesn't count. There was Kofi Kingston retaining the Intercontinental title against McIntyre. Alicia Fox, Eve, Gail, Kim, and Maryse. That's a 4-way. Evan Bourne against Chris Jericho was just a 1-on-1 match. Mysterio, Swagger, Big Show, Punk was a 4-way. Miz and Truth was a 1-on-1 match. They had a 6-person intergender tag team match. And another Fatal 4-way. So the 4-way was kind of used as like the main attraction. Like it was the 2 world title matches, but they also gave the women one as well, which is obviously only fair.
Great reaction.
Okay. So it's kind of 50-50.
And she reaches the ropes.
So what I'll say for our upcoming Fatal 4-Way event is, I don't know about every title being on the line in 4-Way matches, we'll see. But at the very least, the World Heavyweight and WWE Championships will be on the line in 4-Way matches. There most certainly is enough contenders on both brands that we could have 2 4-Way matches and be just fine. That was apparently a highlight. Tiny Shiny off the ropes. A big old drop kick. She might honestly win this match.
Too slow.
Ah, look at this. Ah.
Michelle McCool, though, taking back the competition. Going for a suplex of some kind. Nope. Neck breaker. I think it's going to be interesting to see who actually steps up and becomes a new contender for the Women's Championship following these two's rivalry. Because I don't really see anyone, unless the two that still haven't debuted finally debut. It's a little weird that they still haven't. Kick to the midsection and a reversal by Michelle McCool, as I think Tiny Shiny was looking for some kind of a stunner. And Michelle McCool looking for perhaps the Faith Breaker, as she calls it, or I think it's the Faith Breaker. Faith Maker, one of the two. I always forget which one it is. Doesn't matter how many times people have told me in the comments below what it is, I always forget.
Back and forth this match goes.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
This looks big. Chokeslam actually connecting on Michelle McCool, who is a hell of a lot bigger than Tiny Shiny, but can still be chokeslammed nonetheless. But that doesn't mean the match is going to stop there. Because Tiny Shiny wants to walk backwards for a little bit.
What a move! What a smart move! And there's the monkey flip.
Wow, look at that great flexibility. The champ's hurt. The champ may be on his last leg here.
His last leg, huh, Cole?
Uh-oh.
Was this Northern Lights suplex? That could spell lights out for Tiny Shiny. Oh no. What is this? This looks important. Oh! Big flapjack. And then a spinny kick. Spinny leg drop. Why, I don't know.
Oh man, a huge jaw-jacking drop kick.
Just throwing Tiny Shiny by her hair now. These two seem to have completely lost the objective of this match, as this has become just a battle of hatred. And another flapjack. And then that same kick again.
Look at this! Look at this!
Was that like a signature or something? Why'd they get so excited over that?
Oh, the princess, just one step ahead.
Cross arm breaker.
She might have.
Wait a
I
minute.
don't think that's going to
refusing
make
to
Tiny
give it
Shiny
there.
tap out.
What sheer
I get the feeling
determination.
Tiny Shiny's durability is a lot higher than Michelle McCool's, because my god, she's really putting up a fight, whereas like Michelle McCool is hurt. And here's the cover, still just a 2 count though. Oh boy.
Uh-oh, this is bad.
Kick to the midsection. What's this? This is another roll through into a pin attempt. That could be enough. She's doing a lot of those, and there you go.
Princess wins.
Tiny Shiny is your women's champion.
Here's your winner and the new WWE Women's Champion,
There's a new woman. Oh my god, they still haven't. I forgot that that's a thing in the older games. That whenever a woman's celebrating and that animation plays, the belt kind of flings all over the place. Well, Tiny Shiny wins the Women's Championship here tonight to become the 3rd person to ever have held that championship. I don't know who the hell's going to step up to challenge, but I'll go you. We're back here on I'm on Over the Limit, sorry, featuring a match from SmackDown is what I meant to say. As the women of SmackDown are now set to compete, Beth Phoenix up against the Divas champion Maryse for the Divas Championship. Beth Phoenix is looking to become the first woman to ever have held both the Women's and the Divas Championships, and that could be accomplished if she wins this one.
Is for the Divas Championship. Choosing first, the challenger from Buffalo, New York, the Glamazon, Beth Phoenix.
Beth Phoenix, full of determination after being victorious over Maryse, has earned this opportunity in which I think she'll definitely capitalize. I think, without a doubt, sorry, I think Maryse has got a victory over Beth Phoenix, but I think she got a little bit lucky in how she won that match, which is what made her contender and go on to beat Kelly Kelly for the Divas Championship. But I think Beth Phoenix will have learned from where she slipped up in that match, and this is going to be a really tough one to overcome for the Divas Champion.
And her opponent, accompanied
Oh.
by the Miz,
Oh god.
representing the Misfits from Montreal, Quebec. She is the Divas Champion, Maryse.
Well, I guess that's one way to definitely tip the scales in your favor, is bring down one of the most shadiest, untrustworthy, scummy, cheating people we've got on SmackDown. Put the Miz in your corner. Your odds will drastically increase if the Miz is in your corner. Well, I guess that's what we're going with. Let's get this show on the way, I guess.
There's the bell.
Maryse set to go up against Beth Phoenix, and of course, in typical Maryse fashion,
Beth Phoenix
Miz applauding
reminding the
this.
universe of her dominance.
Maryse has got to be very careful with how she fights Beth Phoenix. It was that whole running away strategy that lost her the match last time they faced off.
You'd be just like Michael Cole.
Hang on.
And she powers out.
Very nice suit the Miz has decided to come down to the ring in for this one.
Damage that did.
Obviously not scheduled to fight tonight. He is going to be defending his Intercontinental Championship this upcoming Friday against Rey Mysterio, which is going to be a very interesting match. As we know, The Miz is one of the only remaining members of the Misfits with a championship. Zack Ryder just recently lost his Cruiserweight Championship to Sin Cara.
Can bring themselves to get in that ring when they know they have to face the Glamazon. I mean, physically, Beth is on a level all her own.
In the corner goes Maryse, and oh,
she
Phoenix.
does it again. If you haven't done it yet, check out WWE.com. You'll find updates and blogs from all your favorite superstars.
Really not looking good for Maryse right now. We're seeing exactly what Phoenix was promising, which is a nice, easy victory for the Divas Championship. It's going to take a lot out of Maryse to come out of this one with the win, I think.
What an impact from that kick.
As I say, I think bringing The Miz out was, as much as I hate it, it was a genius move.
Cannot change hands by count out or disqualification.
Yeah, that's why they call it the championship advantage. You can lose the match, but still keep
The
the
Miz
title.
distracting Maryse for a second there.
Hey,
He didn't actually do anything there, so the referee couldn't really scold. I mean, sorry, distracting Beth Phoenix.
They're smart. They're
Again,
sexy,
the
they're
referee
powerful.
can't really say
They're the
anything about that. All he's
WWE
done is
Divas.
turned
Right now,
her.
they are competing for the
No,
Diva
it's
Championship.
really not something that should be allowed, but
a bear hug like this will leave you breathless.
distracting the referee, arguing the referee, getting physical with Beth Phoenix, these are all things that would either cause a disqualification or get the Miz kicked from ringside. A simple distraction isn't going to be enough. He's providing plenty, though.
The championship hangs in the balance.
Referee definitely focused on the Miz, making sure he doesn't do anything. I mean, the thing about the Miz is, if he puts one single hand on Beth Phoenix, the match is all thrown out. Not in the sense of how he's turned it, though. That's legal. Don't ask why, but it is. This match is a disqualification if the Miz is to punch or suplex or strike, anything really, to Beth Phoenix, other than just to talk with her.
That ring apron's a dangerous
Miz just got
place to be.
struck out by Beth Phoenix there, but as obviously the Maryse tried to capitalize, the Divas Champion didn't really manage to, because Beth Phoenix is kind of a freak of nature compared to every other woman that we have, both on Rackdown and Smack. Rackdown and Small. Might as well just own it, you know? I keep fucking up words. Oh, wow. Maryse trying everything in her power to knock Beth Phoenix off her feet for longer than a second. Every single time she's knocked Phoenix down, Phoenix has gotten right back up. Boston Crab escaped by Maryse.
Reversed by the Glamazon. Watch out here.
This is really not looking like Maryse's match right now.
And again, the Diva Championship is on the line.
The Diva Championship.
Rolling out of harm's way. Smart strategy there.
And now we find ourselves fighting on the outside.
It's a big fight feeling.
Very dangerous place for the Miz to be. As I say, a single suplex is all it takes. That is possibly crossing. And there you go. The Miz didn't realize, or he didn't mean to. I don't know which one it is, but that's a disqualification. Yeah, obviously not intentional. The referee completely saw that, though. I don't know what the hell the Miz thought he was doing, putting his hands on Phoenix like that, but I suppose it does at least keep Maryse as the Divas Champion for another day. Disappointing outcome, but that's the Miz for you. United States title on the line as this show carries on. Dolph Ziggler set to challenge Ezekiel Jackson for the title that Ziggler held for simply 8 days. Meanwhile, due to our week away and everything, Ezekiel Jackson has actually managed to rack up a total of 20.
The following contest is for the United States Championship. Chooses first the challenger from Hollywood, Florida, weighing 221 pounds, Dolph Ziggler.
Since the end of November in 2009, we have had 6 championship changes. One thing we have not seen is a US champion win back their title. Evan Bourne held the title for simply 28 days before losing it to Kane. I don't believe Bourne ever had a rematch for his US title. Kane went on to hold it for 50 days before losing it to Wade Barrett in a match in which Kane was injured. Wade Barrett held the title for only 34 days, losing it in his first defense to Justin Gabriel in a match that featured Kane getting his rematch as well as David Otunga competing at WrestleMania. Gabriel held the title for 35 days.
And his opponent, accompanied by Mr. McMahon, representing the powerhouse, the United States Champion, Ezekiel Jackson.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry, I got really distracted for a second. Justin Gabriel won it 35 days, yeah, and then he held it for 35 days before losing it to Dolph Ziggler at Extreme Rules. Dolph Ziggler only held it for 8 days before being screwed out of it, in my opinion, by Ezekiel Jackson and Mr. McMahon. Mr. McMahon, who was at ringside for this match once again. We've also gotten word that apparently the alliance of Vladimir Kozlov, Ezekiel Jackson, and Mason Ryan have dubbed themselves the Powerhouse, and they are basically McMahon's security. The trio of Ezekiel Jackson, Vladimir Kozlov, and Mason Ryan, all incredibly heavy-built people. This is our 4th championship match tonight. So far, we have seen the Tag Team Championships retained, we have seen the Women's Championship change hands, and we have seen the Divas Championship technically retained via disqualification. Here tonight, as we now move on to our 4th match of the night, the odds are in Ezekiel Jackson's favor, both statistically speaking as well as, of course, by who he has at ringside. Dolph Ziggler has become the latest target of Mr. McMahon, who seems to have kind of shifted his focus away from CM Punk and Kane. He seems happy with his World Championship picture. He's not actually got an issue with Edge currently chasing for the World Heavyweight title. It's only certain people that Miss McMahon doesn't really like, and well, now he doesn't have one to deal with. CM Punk and Kane both kind of successfully removed from the world title picture, as they have now, more effectively speaking, just decided that they are anti-McMahon. Dolph trying to get those 10 strikes in on Ezekiel Jackson, who just keeps fighting back. Man is going to be watching this one real closely, don't you forget it. He wants to make sure that Ezekiel Jackson comes out with that US Championship still intact.
Oh man, targeting the ribs and the lower back, that just takes all of the power out of it. Drop kick, and he's toast. Watch it.
Good so far as Dolph Ziggler holds a victory over Ezekiel Jackson on the last episode of Monday Night Raw, which is why he's able to compete in this match tonight. Dolph trying something a little different here. Ziggler's got Jackson hung upside down, driving the boot into the face. No, not really going to do much. Idealistically speaking, if I could, I'd love to have Dolph Ziggler win this. But at the same time, if Jackson wins, it's win-win. You know, because if Dolph Ziggler wins, I do want him to be the guy that tries to legitimize the US title. I do think that the US title could use a lot of work and a lot of improving. And as much as I like Ezekiel Jackson, I just think Dolph may be the guy to do it.
Watch out here! Right to the back of the head. Big move coming.
I love when the reversal trigger comes up twice and I press it both times and nothing happens. I think that was a thing though, wasn't it? I remember that was being like a thing about playing online. It wasn't very fun because there was a certain set of moves that you could not reverse. Managed to get 6 or 7 that time. I lost count.
Jackson.
Heads up move by Dolph Ziggler.
Ah, there's the line.
Look at this.
Talk about planning your opponent.
Right.
Ziggler. Wow. Ziggler timed that move absolutely perfectly.
Oh, look out.
Dolph doing everything in his power to try and keep control of Ezekiel Jackson. Trying to play the same game that Evan Bourne and Kofi Kingston played, the game of endurance. That's how you take out someone twice your size.
Again, this one's about the United States Championship.
Oh, McMahon. Not entirely sure that that's a legal move that he did there. They're under disqualifications immediately like they were in the prior match, however, as for some reason you just can't lay your hands on a woman in this game. I mean, in this world, you know, you can hit a guy as much as you want, and a woman can hit you as much as they want. But if a guy hits a woman, it's an instant disqualification.
Pulling out all of the stops to go home with it. Uh-oh. Ouch. That'll give you whiplash.
Man, probably looking a little concerned at this point in time.
There's absolutely no love lost. Incoming.
Dolph Ziggler with a perfectly executed leg drop.
In the ropes, and that may have been the only escape.
And a zigzag for good measure as Dolph Ziggler looks to become the first ever 2-time United States champion.
And Ezekiel kicks out after a long 2.
McMahon still trying to intervene in this matchup. Ezekiel Jackson has really not gotten very much offense in at this point in time. Right as I say that, he seems to have just turned momentum around in his favor.
Jackson. This personal animosity exploding between these men. And his head drops right down into the corner.
Oh.
What should Ziggler be looking for here, King? The attack on the skull continues.
I think it's insane the amount of damage that you'd have thought that Ziggler would have done to Ezekiel Jackson, connecting with so many big moves, managing to get a 2 count. And yet Jackson shows absolutely no physical signs of wear and tear at all. The guy seems to still be 100%.
Rolling out of harm's way.
That's a good move by Ziggler. Really wanted to create some space.
Thus far, this has been a phenomenal championship contest. Who will win? Who's going home with the title?
And the massive Ezekiel Jackson counters it.
Count out is a victory for Jackson. So Ziggler's got to be careful what he does here.
Title at stake in this contest.
Every time he has to get up, it takes more and more effort.
Dolph seems to be trying to use his surroundings as a weapon at this point.
Big collision with that restraining
Guess he's
wall.
decided there's a different way to get a control of this match, and also
Remember,
maybe get a little bit of a hand on Mr. McMahon as well as Dolph Ziggler.
WWE Hall of Famers.
I don't know where McMahon just went or what he could have collided into. But that is definitely a dropkick to McMahon right there.
Oh no!
Nothing that McMahon isn't a stranger to at this point. He has been in that ring now. He's competed against the likes of CM Punk and Kane.
Devastating
Didn't
shot
exactly
to the
come
spine
out
and back.
from it unscathed, but he does hold a victory.
A vicious elbow drop delivered with a lot of force. He made it. He made it to the ropes.
Still not enough to get the job done.
This is a grueling championship match. Nobody wants to lose this opportunity.
Dolph Ziggler in on another pin here. Dolph,
All the damage to the torso.
big strike to the
All
face of
pain that's been
McMahon.
dealt appears to have finally taken its toll. Trying
Dolph
to
is
get
getting
under his
fired
opponent's
up.
skin with this one. Ziggler.
I think he's ready to win this thing.
I love the upside of Dolph Ziggler. This young man can do a lot of amazing things in the ring.
And he hits the drop kick. What impact. And the
There it
punch has
is.
to be shooting through his face.
Dolph looking at the setup. Zigzag.
Skull to the ground.
And Dolph.
The rest is academic.
Oh man, that's gotta hurt.
Wow.
There
what
you
a
go.
combo.
Dolph knocking McMahon off the rope. Oh no. Wasted too much time.
Ziggler with a nice mat-based
Ziggler
attack
into the
there.
cover.
His ground game takes a toll on you both mentally and physically.
Oh gosh, the ref's not gonna tolerate much more of this.
Jackson
Well,
knocking McMahon off the side.
watch out here.
Dolph trying everything in his power to get McMahon away from ringside. I don't know how McMahon is still legally at ringside. I feel like he's intervened in this match way too
This
much.
has just been pandemonium.
I'd say Ziggler definitely has Jackson's number.
Oh my!
Jackson definitely has McMahon to credit for that US title. Uh-oh. Torture rack applied. This could be real bad for Dolph.
How awesome was that?
Trying his best to make Dolph Ziggler tap out. And Dolph, hang on. Whoa.
Give in there. What sheer determination. Ziggler.
Back and forth these two go.
Big move coming.
This match has taken so much out of this guy. He's not
Another
gonna-
submission hold attempt by Ezekiel Jackson. Looking to become some kind of a submission specialist, if I had to
Would you
guess.
look at this? Can you believe it? This is an undying will to succeed.
Dolph now.
Look at
Oh,
this. Oh, look out.
man is getting furious as this match has gone on for far longer than I think he was comfortable with the idea of it going for. And it is Dolph Ziggler who is turning around the tide right now. Another leg drop connecting on Ezekiel Jackson.
And big Ezekiel Jackson powers his shoulder off the ground. Back up on the apron.
McMahon arguing with the referee as Dolph Ziggler gets the zigzag, and I think McMahon might have just been told to leave ringside. Yep, right as he connected with the zigzag. The referee making sure. Oh, that's a damn shame. I really thought that was going to be the end. He has hit 3 zigzags on Ezekiel Jackson. That guy has definitely shown exactly what he can do. Ezekiel Jackson, I of course mean when I say that. You know, no discredit where it's due. I mean, Ezekiel Jackson, he's shown that he's incredible. Not every day you see someone survive the beating that he has taken and continue to thrive in a match.
He hits the drop kick from an incredible vertical leap.
Dolph, though, on the top. Big elbow drop. That could be enough. As Dolph Ziggler gets the pin attempt in.
1, 2.
And that is not enough. I really thought for a moment that that was going to be it.
Oh, and he lands that one right to the head.
Well, this finally becomes a one-on-one match between Ezekiel Jackson and Dolph Ziggler, which is really, I think, all Dolph was ever asking for. Oh boy. Ezekiel Jackson setting up for that massive clothesline, and last time that led into the torture rack. Is it going to lead to a second one? Or worse, the Uranagi? That's a second torture rack. Dolph Ziggler, I think he's going to be forced to tap out. Yep, couldn't withstand it. And with the help of Mr. McMahon in an incredibly back and forth lengthy matchup, Ezekiel Jackson is still the United States Champion. Well, that was a really back and forth competition, and there should be absolutely no discredit to Dolph Ziggler. He was phenomenal in this match, and I think if it weren't for McMahon, that could have been a completely different situation. But it's Ezekiel Jackson who walks away with the win as we move on to our WWE Championship match. Christian defends the title against John Cena next. This is a much awaited matchup between these two, Christian and John Cena. This is Christian's second ever WWE title defense.
This contest set for one fall is for the WWE Championship.
Stakes are huge for Christian. He went through potentially The Undertaker being his first contender to John Cena being his second. He's definitely not had it easy from the beginning, but he's getting a good taste of what the competition has to offer, and I think it's worth noting that to Christian, to be honest. The WWE title sits comfortably around Christian's waist. He comes in tonight actually with a pretty decently lengthy reign as WWE Champion, only disputed by the fact that he's only defended it once. Christian is currently on day 63 of his WWE title reign. The longest reigning champion before him is 84 days, and that's Triple H. So if Christian makes it through tonight, you know, they say that you're almost given an extra 28 days because you have to defend once every month, and there's a pay-per-view once every 4 weeks, which is when you're made to defend if you're the world champion. So if Christian wins this match tonight, he'll overtake Triple H. Christian will be the longest reigning WWE champion heading into Fatal 4-Way with 91 days to the title. Triple H defended the title 3 times before losing it. The former champion before Christian lost it on his first defense, that's Shawn Michaels, as he won the title in a pretty tough situation. But here comes the man who looks to become champ, John Cena. He lives his own life, focuses on his own self. Says he's never been a traitor to the people. He respects the people. They don't respect him. And look at this!
Wait a second.
Revenge!
What a sneaky attack.
Revenge for what happened a month ago at Extreme Rules. The Undertaker has set his sights on John Cena and potentially just handed Christian this WWE Championship match.
I think it's safe to say, Ken,
Christian's quickly going in for the pin.
after that brutal assault before the match started.
That's not going to be enough. Christian, who has been made to defend his WWE title against John Cena, and I think he may have just been given some kind of saving grace in a match that he was definitely not expected to look too favorable in. John Cena has been incredible lately on SmackDown. This is still going to be a really tough match for Christian to overcome, but I think The Undertaker may have just helped Christian more than he would have ever known. That would have simply been an eye for an eye. As we know, Undertaker didn't even get to have his WWE Championship match back at Extreme Rules. He's at least giving it to Cena.
Watch it. Lord, that's it. They're trying to end each other's careers.
Christian has the champion's advantage in this match. The countouts don't really mean a whole lot to him. He has already said before that his mantra as WWE Champion is whatever it takes to remain champion.
Oh, no.
In the corner goes Christian as John Cena, who is jumped by The Undertaker.
This is a sickening assault.
Seems to be missing his eyes as well, Cena does. I don't know if that's maybe part of The Undertaker's attack or what. Sure, we can go spooky world with it if you want.
Gotta be hurt after that.
He's heading out of the ring now.
Big slap by Christian.
Watch Christian.
I'm not sure.
Drop kick did not
With a
manage
miss
to
like
connect.
that, I'm wondering if he has
Neither
something
did
in his
that.
eye.
Christian.
Cena's definitely got something in his eye. Evil. Look at those eyes. Hang on, I think Christian's are the same.
You see his head blocked.
Yeah, I think their eyes just haven't loaded in. Really weird.
Oh,
That's a
man.
glitch I'd not seen when I originally played this game.
Christian.
Still finding new glitches in 2019. On a game that came out almost 8 years ago.
Look at this. Christian calls his
John
fans
Cena
the
has
beast.
definitely not been able to get out of the starting gate in this match. Christian has definitely been taking the utmost advantage of the fact that The Undertaker handed him John Cena on a platter. I don't think that was any respect from The Undertaker, for the record. I think that was simply put, that was The Undertaker just getting into John Cena's head.
Cena's in complete control.
Watch out here.
Yeah, it actually booked the world title matches correctly. It booked these two in a standard one-on-one WWE title match, and it booked Swagger versus Edge in a last man standing match in the main event. That's crazy. I actually booked it right. So I was just like, okay, I don't need to edit those matches. They can transition naturally.
Hey. Yeah, Christian. Let the peeps hear it. And he's toast.
John Cena doing everything in his power to fight off Christian and make sure that he can be named the WWE Champion. He's got him. He's definitely got his number now. Don't know where this side of Cena was a moment ago. I think, to be honest, he really was just overwhelmed.
Christian almost willing himself on here.
Oh, look out.
He's begging for it.
Christian genuinely looking to end this match.
Yow.
Oh, wow. That was very quick. That was also not his finisher. But this is Kill Switch.
Oh, down on the
And
face.
Cena immediately getting up.
And here goes Cena.
Christian's in trouble. John Cena's getting that combo in.
Now we're talking. It's time for
And it hasn't stopped yet. 5-knuckle shuffle. In your face.
Vintage Cena.
He sees it.
This could be the beginning of the end for Christian.
Look at this. Look at the power. power of John Cena.
I swear I can't reverse anything. John Cena with the attitude adjustment. Is this enough for him to be named the WWE champion? No. But it was very close. Some could say if it weren't for a certain bit of resiliency, Christian would have been out of it.
Nice catch.
And John Cena finds himself in a fight. A bigger fight than he may have even expected.
Well, I don't know about that. Cena's no fool. He knew this one wasn't going to be easy. Watch it.
Christian is trying his best to just be all over John Cena. Trying his best to overcome the challenge that has been in his face. He's done his best move and it did nothing. It's my only problem with this game. Is they do that. Once they get you weakened enough, the AI just spam pins attempts until you lose. I don't enjoy that. That was a really shitty finish. Well, despite The Undertaker's efforts, John Cena has still managed to capture the WWE Championship, a heartbreaking loss for Christian. But there it is, John Cena. The fans do not like it. They do not like the way that John Cena has been. They just want him to go back to how he was. A man of respect, a man of honor. But he's not going to behave that way. And certainly not now that he has won the WWE title. John Cena has defeated Christian to be named the new top dog on SmackDown. I can keep talking on this part because it's going to transition naturally into the next match. Yeah, that's just one thing I really hate about these older games, is the moment they get like something to red damage on you, it's one move, pin, one move, pin, one move, pin, one move, pin, and they just do it until you lose. And the match ends really shitty because it's really hard to reverse someone when it just won't let you. I can't begin to stress the amount of times that I must have definitely pressed the reverse button at the right time and had him hit the move anyway. I felt like I definitely reversed the attitude adjustment and still got hit by it. So I just don't know. I don't know. It seems like it's just determined to make sure that I can't do it. Oh, of course. Well, this World Heavyweight Championship match was set to take part to close out Over the Limit. And of course, Jack Swagger just wouldn't be Jack Swagger if it weren't for one of these. He couldn't just fight the championship match properly.
I think it's safe to say, King, that he's not at 100% after that brutal assault before the match started.
Jack Swagger, who actually, very metaphorically there, just attacked Edge in the same kind of way that I'd say he won the World Heavyweight title. Just an ambush from behind, cashing in the Money in the Bank briefcase on Edge. The only problem with letting the matches naturally transition is it doesn't let me set up their superstar
Jack
legs.
Swagger and his approach to sports entertainment is he's deceivingly big and deceivingly powerful.
Well, Swagger's close to 6'6" and already
In the
265
corner goes
pounds.
Edge.
He's so young, you know he's going to get bigger as the years go
This
on.
game, I don't know why. It's just the amount of like reversal spam. I just don't like reversal spam. And obviously, when I'm playing 2K19 on the side, it's just like, man, I can't wait until reversals are limited.
Uh-oh, destruction is definitely on his mind again.
Now taking this match outside. The ref
Jack Swagger gonna victimize Edge as best as he can. That's why I stay in control in the matches where I like definitely want a specific person to win. That's why, for anyone that's curious, is because if I don't and I try to just sit back and let it be a competitive match, it won't let me take back control when I need to, and then I'll have to lose the match. I wanted Christian to retain the title. I didn't want to roll with that outcome at all, but I didn't want to sit and record that match again. So I just went, fuck it, Cena can have it. Christian wasn't going to hold it for very long anyway, let's be honest.
Ready to see more damage done with that chair.
Not another chair shot.
But that's why I'll just turn every match into a fucking squash match 90% of the time, is because I know in the back of my head that if I let, say I'm playing a match and it's like,
What a slam!
it's for a title,
I want to touch on something
and
real quick,
for
that's
some
the
reason
money
I don't know, like Mason Ryan's gotten a random World Heavyweight title shot on like his second week in. Obviously, he's just getting it. He's not gonna actually win the title because he's only been there for like a week, and it's the world title. Like, I know that Sin Cara just won the Cruiserweight title in a very similar fashion, but that's a Cruiserweight title. It's supposed to be an establishing title. I feel like Zack Ryder had really outgrown it, is the main reason I went with that. But yeah, let's say Mason Ryan's competing against, like, Swagger, and it's his second ever match, and his first match was a loss. So I'm playing as Swagger. I'm gonna make it a squash as best as I can, because if I don't, and I try to let the opponent get more offense in, when I start fucking mashing that right trigger, it's just gonna ignore me. It's just gonna go, no, fuck off, I'm having fun squashing you. And it's not going to let me reverse, as it's doing right now. I'm pressing the trigger like mad, and I'm just not getting a move in, which is exactly my point. And then fucking... he'll, like, hit a suplex on me, or he'll hit his finisher. I might maybe kick out of it. He'll hit, like, a suplex on me, he'll pin me, and then I'll just be fucked. And the match will end in a fucking suplex. Not his finish, which I kicked out of. And it's just so lame. I really, really don't like it. And that's why I play every match as if it's a fucking squash. Because if it's not, I'm gonna lose anyway. Because I don't know, I just can't get on with this game right now. For some reason, I'm just finding that reversing is really fucking difficult. The only thing I can think as to why that is because I'm playing the original version of this game before it had any patching at all. Because that's the only version of the game you can play. The patch isn't available anymore. You can't update the game, so I have to play the base version of it. Admittedly, the reason that the patch might not have downloaded for this is because I'm playing the WrestleMania edition, which is like a best of, and it might already be on the newest version on the disc. I hadn't really considered that. That's a possibility. To try and be a little more positive. Well, this was just never a fair fight to begin with.
Trying to put him away.
What a move by the champ.
I gotta be honest.
Edge was ambushed from behind at the start of the match, and then he's just been victimized by Jack Swagger.
What a move. Can he capitalize?
They twisted the camera, so I turned it. What? Oh, but I'm sure he'll lose to this.
How do these superstars keep doing it?
Here we go. The officials counted again.
I just want to prove a point.
4, 5. This is a grueling championship match. Nobody wants to lose this opportunity. 8, 9.
Look at the
There you go, see? Finisher, gets up immediately. Suplex, won the match. It's ridiculous. Honestly, it's like finishers in this game, they just don't fucking matter. I'm gonna have to put the damage up. I'm gonna have to mess with the sliders. I've got to. Because otherwise, this is just gonna continue to be an absolute state. I just, like, I've found after, because I think it's because I played 2K19 and then this, whereas usually I do it the other way around. I've just found this recording experience today to just be very unsatisfactory. Like there, I wanted to drop him onto the chair, but when I pressed the button that would normally put him onto the chair, it turned into the ropes. It's just really fucking weird. Well, Jack Swagger retains the World Heavyweight Championship after attacking Edge from behind. Disappointing, to say the least. And of course, Jack Swagger, he's really got to illustrate that point that he's the man. And he's got to close out over the limit, continuing to be the absolute top jackass that he can be. So thank you all for joining for Over the Limit. I'm sorry that this was a very short episode. I'm sorry that that main event sucked. I'm sorry that I lost enthusiasm towards the end. I will be messing with the sliders immediately after this is over, though. And hopefully that will fix things in the next matches. I guess we'll see, won't we? We'll see. See you guys later. Bye.